Hey, everybody. Welcome. We are live. Welcome to Feast of Fandoms. This is MCU Mondays. We're glad you joined us. I am your host, David. With me, as always, are my co-hosts, Debbie. Debbie, how are you this evening?
Tired.
It's been a Monday.
There we go.
Are we on? Are we good? We're golden.
Yeah.
Also,
For the longest time, it was at 0, and I was like, "What's going on?"
Also with us tonight is Andrew. How are you, sir? Oh, I caught you right.
Sorry, yeah, right as I was taking a sip. I'm doing good.
Awesome. It was a nice day today, Debbie. I don't know what your weather was like, but
it was very nice today. Yeah.
We were up close to we were up in the 70s, the low 70s. So
I think we were
it's very comfortable.
58, but it took a while to get there because school was canceled here because we had such a thick fog. I couldn't even see the moo cows that are just across my backyard. You couldn't, it was just a wall of white.
Dang.
But it's supposed to get, let's see, later in the week, it's supposed to get up in Wednesday, 66.
Wow.
Oh, 1 degree off. Darn it.
Well, I sent you that Disney thing.
Right. Oh, I know. Yeah. That was great.
Actually, I was going to say, because I think our school we didn't have school today either, but it was because it was President's Day. It was a holiday today.
Yeah.
I didn't get it off.
I didn't get it off either. And in fact, they told us one of the guys had the brilliant idea to come in and say, "Oh, y'all won't be as busy today as you normally are because there's no school and some businesses are closed and governments and blah 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 blah." And then it was just like boom, 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 steady. I'm like, jeez. Anyway,
it always happens on those holidays.
Well, it's not necessarily that it was a holiday. I think he hexed us when he left. And then we tried to get the whole week off because, today was President's Day. Tomorrow is Fat Tuesday. Wednesday is Ash Wednesday. Yeah, we're at Mardi Gras already. So Wednesday is Ash Wednesday.
Who the hell gets Mardi Gras? You're in Texas. You're not in New Orleans.
Hey,
we're neighboring states.
We're close.
Yeah, we're neighboring states. We share a city, so
yeah,
or a town.
So I'm looking at it going, well, if they would have just given us off for President's Day, for Mardi Gras, and for Ash Wednesday, they could have just said, okay, well, fine, Thursday and Friday, we'll throw that in so you can have a whole week off, a vacation week. But yeah, the bosses didn't go for that, so we have to work all week.
Yeah, I think my next holiday is not until Good Friday.
Dang.
Anyway, yeah, Good Friday. We don't even have that off. But I usually
get Good Friday, and then, of course, I always take Monday off. So 4-day weekend.
I'll use my floating holiday at Good Friday. Actually, I need to put that in. Thank you for reminding me. Anyway, all right. So tonight we are talking Wonderman. And Andrew, have you watched the entire thing yet?
No, I'm still doing the weekly.
That's fine. If that's the way he wants to do it, then that's the way he wants to do it. But I will say this.
But I know some of the things that happen in the later episodes just from being online. So
yeah, that's
if you want to bring up stuff, it's fine. I'm not gonna.
No, I'm not bringing up stuff. I just wanted to know if you said, "All right, fine. You know what? I'll finish it. Whatever."
Next week has, so if that counts.
Yeah, I was gonna say next week we're done with Wonderman. We are.
And then before you know it, in like a month, Daredevil Born Again season 2 is going to be out. So
when did Spider-Man Noir come out?
May.
Late
May.
Okay. May 27th.
All right. So
really excited.
There you go. So. We'll have Daredevil and finish up with Daredevil, and then it'll be time for Spider-Man Noir and
then Spider-Man in July.
Spider-Man in
Punisher
July,
special presentations coming out soon.
and then maybe we can get back to Jessica and finish her up. But I already know I'm going to have to rewatch the episode that I mistakenly watched.
Guilty.
I was almost guilty. I caught myself.
Anyway, but so Wonder Man, these 2 episodes, these were probably my favorite episodes. I really
like them a lot.
So the first episode, just because there was a lot of it was comical, it was funny, there was some action to it. There was a lot going on. And then the next one, it's them and they're at the callbacks and they're trying to figure out things. And I like that one. And I could see where some people would say, "Oh, well, that one was just slow. There wasn't a whole lot going on." Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot going on, but there was a lot of character development. In that episode. So, which is why I liked it. But we're going to start at first. The first one was called
Footage found.
Found footage.
Found footage.
Whatever.
Yeah. Same thing.
And so help me God. Okay, so this kicks off. They're at the bar. They're at a bar. Trevor and Simon are at a bar, and they're enjoying the fact that they're celebrating the fact that they've got these callbacks for Wonder Man. They're all kinds of excited about it. And somebody sends them a drink. And they're all excited about that. And I'm sorry, if I'm sitting at a bar and a guy sends me a drink,
hey,
I would politely decline, I think.
Yeah, I would too.
I'd be like,
even if a lady did, because more than likely there's probably something in the drink. Or there's something behind the drink,
I would be more inclined to listen if a lady sent me a drink, but
I don't know, because of my success with the ladies, I would probably be suspicious.
Well, as far as your success with the ladies goes, you would never have the lady send you a drink to start with, so I
set myself up for that. So
yes, you did.
Joke's on you. I can't even get into bars, so
I'm gonna say his would have to be a Diet Coke or a Shirley Temple.
You can go to oxygen bars or juice bars.
Only for a few more months. So
anyway. So it turns out that Trevor's past is catching up with them. This is somebody that I guess Trevor owes money to, and they're in the I love the scene in the alley. They're in the alley, and Simon taps his powers to beat these guys up. And when they're all down and they're laying all beat up on the ground, I thought it was hilarious because he says, "I'm sorry, I did not mean to do that. I did not want to do that." And then Trevor's like, "Oh, I'm glad you did."
Yeah,
because they were about to shoot Trevor.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that got me about this was so that they're looking around to make sure nobody saw, because obviously you've got the whole doorman protocol and we can't have people knowing that he's a superhero, blah, 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 blah. And of course you look up and there's a guy with a GoPro on his helmet.
I thought that was funny. They keep saying maybe he didn't see it, the lighting, he didn't see it. And then he clicks the GoPro.
Yeah.
Turns it off.
And what got me was they start chasing this guy, and he says, "Where are you going?" "I'm going back to my car." And he said, "Oh, I guess super speed wasn't one of your things." Mm-hmm. The transition, because right as they say that, and they go to the car, and it jumps to the Wonder Man. It jumps to the title screen, basically. But it shows that they're sitting in traffic.
I was like, "You're in California.
Come on, we'll get it." And
car ain't gonna be faster in California.
They're sitting there. That's what gets me. Yeah. I'm like, get out of the freaking car and go. What are you doing?
Well, he did finally get up on the sidewalk.
Right. I thought that was funny. Those are pretty big sidewalks too. So
yeah. But just that the whole transition there from we're in a hurry, we gotta go, bonk, we're sitting in traffic. Like
one thing I really enjoyed about both episodes was really seeing the chemistry that Trevor and Simon have, because we really get to see them as duos, as like friends in these episodes, and they just bounce off of each other so well. I mean, I was just like, this episode in particular, I haven't laughed that hard in a while with like a TV like a new TV show. And it was paced so well. I mean, it's like a 20-minute episode after all the credits, but like by the end, I was like, oh, I want more. Like I want more of this.
Right.
And of course, then I started the next episode, but I'm like, it worked well. I thought it was really good.
And the kid, they catch the kid. Oh, I'm gonna upload it at 9 a.m. It uploads to YouTube.
He hasn't even got. I was like, guys, how do you believe that?
Yeah, well, for one thing, I'm looking at it going, I'm old, and even I know that that's not possible. Not without you. You have not sat at your computer, and you've got a memory chip that's got something on it that I want. So all I've got to do is find your GoPro. I don't need to go worry about a YouTube. But besides that, I look at it, and I always wonder how I personally would do in a situation like this, because my mind is thinking, if I'm in this situation, I don't want him to release whatever he's got to release. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. And that's fine. And he can sit there and say, well, all I need you to do is go get my motorcycle from this guy who stole it from me, blah, 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 blah. And that's all well and good. But who's to say he's not going to come back to you like 2 or 3 weeks later and say, hey, I need something else done.
Yeah.
And if you don't do it, I'm going to release this footage again.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking at it going, I personally, I'd be like, you know what? I dare you. I'm going to sit here with you until 9 a.m. and see what happens. I'm going to call your bluff, basically.
Well,
because I believe you.
I know they're in a world of supers and enhanced and everything, but you also could play it off as a edited video, like the footage was edited, because it's very easy to do that now. And
how hard is it to go into Chat GPT and say, I need a video of
these guys beating up these guys.
Yeah. It's
because Simon, outside of this kid now and Trevor, no one knows that. Oh, I guess his family, but like very few people know that Simon can even do this stuff. The CIA or the detectives, Department of Security or whatever it was, damage control. They have a good idea, but they still don't have proof.
Right.
So he easily could. And also too, if this kid, like, I know stuff can go viral, but like if I were to upload a video up to YouTube of a guy beating up guys, what's the likelihood that people even watch it? Like if you don't already have some kind of following, it's not really going to be seen by that many people, I would think.
And two, okay, this kid is obviously running some kind of delivery service, or he works for DoorDash or whatever, and he's complaining that he doesn't have his motorcycle to do his dashing on, so he wants, and all he's got is this motorized scooter. I'm like, all right, guess what, genius? These guys just sat in traffic trying to find you, and you know what you can do a lot easier while there's traffic going on? Run your little motorized scooter around, you moron. A bike is not going to do you any good. What good is that bike going to do you other than a status thing?
Yeah.
Moron. People in TV shows and movies are stupid.
Because the only thing he had going for him was leverage, and that was it. Otherwise, his plan sucked.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Well, and then it wasn't even about the motorcycle.
No.
Yeah.
It was about him being a baby. Yeah. Which I thought was pretty funny, because I thought it was going to be like a drug bust.
I did too. I was like, oh, look at all them people. Oh, no.
No. The better part came before the drug bust. When they walk up, okay, what's the play here? Well, we're going to pretend like we're undercover cops and blah, 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 blah. And he goes through all of this stuff. He's got all of this backstory. And he's like, oh, this was on NCIS, season whatever, yada, yada, yada.
Law and Order.
Or whatever, yeah. And they get up to the door, and he knocks on the door, and the girl opens it. and we'll be the one asking the question. She opens it up. She goes, "Oh my gosh, the Mandarin is at the door. The freaking Mandarin's at the door." Like, yes. Trevor can't go anywhere.
You'd think they would learn that by now, because that was pretty big news during the Tony Stark thing.
Yeah,
that was really big news. Plus, we're in episode. Where are we? We're on episode 5 now. And how many times in each one of the previous episodes has somebody alluded to him? Oh, you were the Mandarin. You were the, and it's like, you know what? You go sit in the car, and I'll be the cop, and I'll just go.
I honestly thought Simon was going to say that when Trevor got out. I'm like, stay in the car. You're going to blow it.
You stay here. You're going to blow it. I'll take care of this. And then, of course, they're talking about drugs, and they're making candy. I mean, like, literally, they're making candy.
Look pretty good.
And of course, Simon is all about, oh, well, this guy's the trustworthy one, and the kid's just the kid, and blah, 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 blah. And then the bad guys show up, start threatening.
I thought that was great. That whole sequence.
Oh, yeah, because, it was just boom, 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 boom. It was a bunch of things happening all at once. You had the bad guys showing up with the gun. Trevor and Simon both trying to figure out if you can download direct from the GoPro to YouTube.
Be nice if you could, but
no, that guy's an idiot. He doesn't know what he's doing. And then also Trevor getting the GoPro back from the kid.
Yeah.
The candy makers crying because they didn't want to get shot. The police showing up. And on top of all of that, Simon's agent calling him saying, "Hey, everything got moved up. You got to be there like right now."
Yeah. I left with was it Esteban? I left because he was like this tough guy, and then the cops show up, and he's like, "I can't go to jail." And then I was thinking too just now about when we talk about the GoPro and uploading to YouTube. While Simon doesn't necessarily upload his auditions to YouTube, you think he would know with filming on a camera, he then has to upload to his laptop to be able to download that and then send it off. So you would think they would have figured that out. The kid hasn't had time to, but anyway. And then too, the police show up, but they all run out the back, and it's like, I know enough police shows. The police would
chasing them. That's
right. Yeah.
I've seen,
and maybe it'll show up.
They're going to surround the house. They're going to be watching those back exits.
That's I was just like,
I know, dummy. And especially with when you get because the neighbor lady was hilarious too.
Oh yeah.
Because she was sitting there egging the cops on. No, they're doing drugs in there. They're selling drugs out of that house, which is exactly what what's his name said. Both of them, Simon and Trevor, both said, "Oh, you're doing." No, we're not. We're making candy. We're not doing drugs, you crazy lady. We're making candy.
Just go back to watering your grass, lady. Come on.
And of course, they get out and they jump in the car. That one was good too. They jump in the car. We're in the wrong seats. It doesn't matter. Go.
It made me think of I don't know if either of you have seen Murder Mystery, but with Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston. But there's a scene in that where they have super cars, like super fast cars, and they're overseas, so they're running to get into the car to escape. And Adam Sandler's like, "I'm driving," and he gets in on the our driver's side, but it's a European car, and he's like, "Oh, we're in the wrong seats." So it just made me think of that.
Again, it was there. It was funny. There was a lot of action going on.
Mm-hmm.
It was an amazing episode. And again, the chemistry, like you said, between Simon and Trevor, them bouncing off of each other.
And this is also a quality over quantity thing, because obviously, I'd like a longer episode, but it was also a great 20 minutes. So,
it's something else too. And my first time viewing, I caught this, and I made note of it again too this time. Was they said while they were driving around looking for the kid with the GoPro, oh, look, it's an email. Oh, it's the sides for the callback. Now, for those that don't know, a side is they give you just like a small part of the script, and basically it's what you have to learn to go back for an audition. Basically the lines for, so basically, oh, here's the sides. And he reads and he's like, oh, Barnaby betrays him. And the whole time Simon's sitting there going, we don't have time to look at that. And then he says Barnaby betrays him. He's like, oh no, are you serious? And they look at it, and the only thing I can think is, oh my gosh, look, this is playing out in real life, because you've got them reading for Wonder Man. You've got Simon, who is obviously the Wonder Man character, and you've got Trevor, who's the Barnaby character, and he's working for disaster control. He's going to be the one that ends up betraying. And like I said, when I first saw this, I'm sitting there going, oh, this is going to be beautiful. This is going to play out great, because it's life imitating art.
Yeah.
And it was a beautiful thing, and I loved it. I was like, oh, and even without having seen the end, I was just like, oh, see, I see where this is going. I see what they're doing here.
Yeah. Right. It's a nice little subtle hint there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah. And it wasn't like it was we're going to give away the ending kind of thing. It was
it wasn't something that was like on the nose. It was just a little, you're going to pick up on it.
It wasn't like oh, here comes a plot twist. Guess what?
Trevor's
right. about to betray Simon. He'd already done it. You already knew what was coming. It was just like a poke saying, hey.
Yeah. It wasn't like Simon sat there and went, Trevor, you're a lot like Barnaby. You're going to stab me in the back, aren't you? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So, but anyway, so then we get to the.
I liked this next episode a lot. The callback. Thought it was
the
great.
Callbacks.
It's up there with Doorman as my favorite episode.
So they get there. There's 3 sets, 3 men that would be Wonder Men, and 3 Barnabys.
But real quick, before we got there, I loved Simon's overthinking with the shoes on the porch. He's like, just one pair of shoes.
He just can't help himself.
No.
And that's, I mean, he to
the point where the lady opens the door and her dress goes all the way to the floor, and he's like, is she wearing shoes? And Trevor's like, I don't know.
and it shows him walking down the hallway in his socks.
Yeah.
And the first thing he does is look at they're all wearing shoes. Look at that. They're all wearing shoes. God, Trevor.
Yeah.
Stop. Just stop. If you're ever in a situation like that, and Andrew, this is a life experience thing. So, and Debbie, you probably just don't even care. But if you're ever in a situation like that, where you walk up to somebody's house and you see one pair of shoes sitting right there, and you think, should I take off my shoes? And then you have somebody answer the door that's like a servant of some kind, the maid, the butler, whatever, and they open the door. If they don't tell you to take off your shoes, chances are you could probably leave them on.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Well, to be honest, I rarely wear shoes in the house anyway, so I'd probably just take them off out of habit. And then they'd be like, oh, put those back on. And I'd be like, okay, fine. Jeez.
Put those back on. Dude. But, no, it's like I said, it's him overthinking.
Yeah.
And
they've also been up all night too. So. Which I'm sure is
just adding to it. That's one of those things to where it's when you have some, I don't want to say it's it's not really a mental illness.
No, it's
but
just
a mental thing like that. The way your brain functions when you're tired, it goes into hyperfunction like that.
I was gonna say it's not like OCD, but he just overanalyzes everything.
Right. And if you're tired, even if you're tired with anything, you're gonna hyper focus. You're gonna whatever your click is, whatever
it's
your
gonna
twitch
enhance.
is. Yeah. So, but they get there, and of course they get split up. They're not paired together anymore, which is. Oh, and they were also talking in the car about, maybe we should do this thing to where it's like we come off as we've never met each other, and we can be spontaneous about it, blah blah blah. And he's like, dude, we're showing up
obvious.
together.
Yeah,
it's gonna be obvious. We're gonna show up together in the same car.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be spontaneous. Trust me.
Or you do the thing where like Simon gets out of the car, Trevor waits like 10 minutes, then gets out of the car, and then but who wants to wait 10 minutes? Von Kovac doesn't have 10 minutes to wait.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But then Von Kovac he's talking about, oh well, step into my mind and let's.
And this dude's so rich. This is like a summer home, he called it, or something like that, or like a retreat home. I'm like, sheesh.
He has a large pad.
Yeah, it looked nice though. Oh.
But so anyway, they get split up. Who's the guy that Simon is paired with? I mean, the actor. I tried to look the actor up and I couldn't find him, and I was like, I've seen that guy.
I'll go to IMDb real quick.
Driving me nuts.
Let me go to IMDb and see, because I thought the same thing. I thought he looked familiar. Let's see.
Oh, and each one of them's got some kind of story. Well, I wasn't really doing anything. I just kind of fell into this.
I was Paul Thomas Anderson's surf teacher.
Yeah, I taught him how to surf, and then he put me in the movie, and blah blah blah, and it's just kind of gone from there. And he goes, "Oh, yeah, that must have been really hard for you."
So
no, actually, it was pretty easy. I was being sarcastic. Oh, now you're being funny. I don't do funny either. It's like, God Almighty.
The Manuel guy, he was in Casino Royale as a tournament director. That's all I'm really recognized, but I don't know how big of a role that was. He was in MacGyver for one episode.
MacGyver.
I don't think he was in your MacGyver. I think he was probably in the reboot.
The newer one, yeah, not the older one.
Oh, well, I watched that one too, but
MacGruber.
I prefer the Richard Dean Anderson MacGyver. The reboot was good.
It was all right. It wasn't horrible.
But I knew with Simon, with his overthinking and how much he studies the script, as soon as Von Kovac was like, let's get rid of the script and just improvise, I was like, oh no, poor Simon. What's he gonna do?
Well, and see, okay, so this is where I related to. I think I would have related a lot to Simon, and not necessarily with acting or anything like that, but Trevor and what's his name did the one scene together, and it was really good and touching and blah 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 blah, and then he says, okay, Trevor, you're going to do this scene with him. And one of his big things was that I want you to open up. I want you to be the character. I want you to be in the character. I want you to feel the character. And this is something that I would do was, he started and then he jumped into Pretty Woman.
Yeah. He started saying those lines. I was like, wait a minute.
Now, see, I wouldn't necessarily quote Pretty Woman because I think I've seen that movie like once in my entire life. It's not my favorite movie in the world.
I've never seen it, but I know it through pop culture.
I think I own a copy, but I think I only own a copy because my wife owned a copy when we first got married. So
makes sense.
But again, I maybe have seen that movie like once. But again, this is how he doesn't know how to be himself. He doesn't know how to improvise. He doesn't know how to be himself.
He's not comfortable on his own.
How to be somebody from the movies.
Yeah, well, I think because he even made the comment that he really can't be himself because of his enhancement powers. So he's always trying to be a version of himself, and if it feels inauthentic, and so when he tries to be that version, like you said, he just quotes a movie. So
well, and not necessarily just, but I mean, it sticks out a lot through the series because if you'll notice, I mean, he makes all these obscure movie references. This was such and such movie from 1947, directed by so and so, and blah 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 blah, and just these little tiny. Oh, you were in one episode of this, and I really liked your work in that. Blah 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 blah, and he's locked in on. He knows a lot about the movies, but he knows nothing about movies. You know, he knows a lot about them. He knows who directed. You know, how well it looked, but he doesn't know how to. It's like he doesn't know how to be in them. It's I related to it with, you know, I build Legos. Look at me. Now I'll go to adult Lego meetings, or I will go to Lego conventions and things, and oh look, I built this, and I built this roller coaster, and I had this idea for this tower and everything, and I'm looking at it going, that's freaking amazing. I build sets by the instructions, and then I leave them alone. I'm very boring. Well, don't you want to build? And I was like, I would love to. I'm just not that talented, though. I know my limits. Simon doesn't seem to know his limits. He's like, he wants to be that artistic person, but he's so locked into the technical aspect of things that he it's almost like he can't be that artistic person.
I was surprised he never brought up, like, when it was like, when he got paired with the other guy and it was like, I'm going to be a classmate. He wasn't like, all right, what's our relationship? How long were we classmates for? Like all the questions he normally asks. He just, of course it's actually a dream, but that got me. I was like, oh, they went like, what the heck? I was like, he blew his head off. Oh,
but see, I looked at that and I was like, he's got to be dreaming because there's no blood. He punched it and it was like dust. It was
right. It was just a big hole.
I was like, no, something not right here.
I wanted to use that as the thumbnail, but I couldn't find it anywhere.
Would have been great
when he punched the guy through the head. Well, and too, and it got into him, and it was like that's exactly what he was doing. He was punching his button, and we know that that's what sets him off onto his. That's what sets his powers off. Basically, that's what gets him. You get him riled too much, and he snaps on you. A lot of that being the like punching somebody in the head. He was just, what was he? You're nothing but a freak. Nobody. Likes you. You know, blah blah blah.
And that's when I started to think maybe it was a dream, because I was like, this guy either knows a lot about him, or he's just really good at improvising and being convenient. But yeah.
So I was just he punched him in the head. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
And then of course you get the balcony scene with him and Trevor, and Trevor's basically like, look, we don't want to remake Rome. We want to improve upon it, basically. And that's mine.
Right. Well, and it was a great character moment.
You don't want to reinvent the wheel. It's already been invented.
Because the pacing has been kind of boom, 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 boom. And it slows down a bit and just lets you kind of just sit with the characters, and you really hear Simon and what he's going through, and that, you know, he can't, like I said, he can't like be himself. And then they start to go into the lines, and then Simon realizes how, I think he's starting to realize how he can flow into the script without overthinking.
Well,
like the breathe thing, you know, the hold for 5 seconds, breathe out 5 seconds.
Right. Yeah. And he can do that, but he can also use the experiences from his life, you know, to add the emotion to it, to add the depth to the character that he's working on, to add things to it. So that was one of those things where he's figuring it out, and it's clicking for him.
Yeah.
So, and then of course they perform the scene, and everybody's impressed, and then they get kicked out.
Yeah,
kind of.
That lady got paid to be in Marvel and say like 2 lines.
Did she even say 2 lines?
When she opened the door, she said, "Mr. Van Kovac will see you."
Oh,
because Simon goes, "Amazing," you know. That was it. That's all she said.
Hey, if I could be in a Marvel something and only say 2 lines, I'd be happy. I'd be floating around the convention.
Oh.
I was that guy that said 2 lines in Wonderman.
Even if I was a background extra that's running, or like the one extra in Multiverse of Madness that's doing too much.
Yeah.
I would be bragging about that all day. So
yeah, all day. Look at me. I was
the janitor whose back you see right there. Yeah.
Oh, what about it? You could have said, just thinking about that. How much do you think the guy is going to charge? The one that was in The Mandalorian, the blue jeans guy, the one that was standing on the set, and you could just see his pants, but it was like he wasn't really supposed to be there.
Right.
Hey, it's the jeans guy. Oh, let's go get his autograph.
I need residuals. Hey, maybe he'll be at Fan Expo.
Man, maybe.
Will you sign my blue jeans with a blue pen?
This is John Smith. Who is he? Yeah. He was the blue jean guy from the episode of The Mandalorian. Oh my God, it's the blue jean guy.
He's probably signed a lot of blue jeans. So,
hey. But anyway, and of course, Von Kovac comes out and says, "You guys are great. I love you. You will be my Wonderman and my Barnaby."
Yeah. Oh, what y'all think about earlier in the episode, real quick, when Von Kovac was playing music and he's like talking about the opening scene and Trevor starts playing an air trombone? That was pretty funny. Von Kovac's like, it's interesting. Yeah. It was a good impression, though.
No. See, here's my thing is I was looking at that and it was almost like he had all these guys and they're all sitting there thinking, okay, they're all kind of getting into it and you can see him moving and grooving. And then Trevor's almost like looking at it going like, I'm not seeing any of this, but I'm going to throw something out there just so I don't feel left out kind of thing. And of course, Simon was just standing there like, you guys are idiots.
Yeah, like, what are you doing?
Kind of would have been the same way too.
Yeah.
But
it was funny.
And honestly, it sounded like it was starting off like a Guardians of the Galaxy movie too.
It did. I liked the song.
It was like, okay, you're in space. See it this way. You're in space. You're flying along, and this song is playing.
It literally felt like a song that James Gunn would have picked for a project.
Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, Von Kovac's making Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 4. All right.
Yeah. And in his spare time, he's a dictator of a country. Superman. He's I forgot I couldn't remember if he had seen Superman or not. Oh, that's right.
We did a show on it.
Yeah.
We did
I've slept since then, so.
Yes, I saw it.
Yeah.
But then they get the good news. Wonderman, Barnaby, Trevor goes home and is immediately picked up again by...
I love that. Right as Simon pulls away, they just pull right up behind.
That guy's a jackass.
Yeah, but he's good at saving himself, Trevor is.
No, I'm not talking about Trevor.
I know who you're talking about. Guy. But I'm saying Trevor did a good job of talking himself out of jail. He's like a kid talking himself out of punishment.
To me, I would look at that and I'd be like, I don't know. It seems to me that the damage control guy, it's almost like he's, if word got out as to what he was doing, how he was manipulating Trevor to exploit Simon, would that be frowned upon or looked down upon? Would that be one of those things to where it's like, dude, you went about this we got a whole method that we're supposed to be using to get sources and tag these people, and you went off the rails entirely.
I don't know. It's damage control. They're not known to be on the up and up.
And not the brightest tools in the shed, so sharpest. Maybe I should work for damage control.
Go work for them.
I should go work for them. Where should I apply? Oh man.
So I don't know. It was just he's just like, I'm gonna need time. I gotta work this thing. Blah 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 blah.
And it's like this guy doesn't have much of a social life because he just thinks that Trevor's just gonna walk up to Simon and be like, "Gotcha." Like the stuff takes time. Like
Here's the thing here's the problem that I have with the damage control guy, and this is a big one, is you are attempting to find superpowered beings so that you can stick them in this super jail. Whether they're good or not, we just need to find some so we can stick them in this super jail, which is dumb, because if they're good and they're not causing any problem, it's like a cop saying, okay, we've got a big jail over here. We need to put people in it. So I'm just going to go walk around and randomly arrest people so that we can put people in the jail. And I'm looking at it going, well, if they're, like I said, my whole thing is if they're good and they're productive citizens and they're not doing anything, why do we need to throw them in jail? I don't get all of that, but whatever. Maybe it has to do with the Accords, the
Sokovia
Accords. Thank you.
And the doorman stuff too. They're probably like doorman was good. Like he wasn't a bad, but it was a bad situation,
right?
And I
mean, maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know, but regardless, as damage control, and you're looking at it going, okay, our jobs are on the line because we haven't filled this thing. And then I've got this lead on Simon, and I'm going to use Trevor to get at Simon. But he is so hyper-focused only on Simon, and I'm like, there's other super beings out there. You realize that. You could be going for more than one at this point. You're too hyper-focused on Simon and getting Trevor to do what he needs to do. And I'm like, why? You put all your eggs in one basket, basically.
Yeah. Maybe he's wanting two birds with one stone. Like he's thinking, if I can get Trevor to get Simon, then I can put Trevor back in jail, because obviously he's not going to hold up his end of the bargain. And then he's got Simon. So maybe that's what he's thinking. And maybe there's not a lot in the California area, because I was thinking you got New York, because this guy's basically like Luke Cage but he can explode too. So it's like
ionic power or something like that.
Yeah.
But he's got the whole West Coast Avengers team he could go after right now.
Right.
Because White Vision's out there running around. You've got Little Girl Hawkeye and Miss Marvel, and there's a whole slew of them out there in California.
Yeah.
But what do I know?
Right. These are Marvel superhero cops and
yeah, so. I'm just a normal person who's looking at it from the outside like someone with their head screwed on straight and not a complete moron. So, whatever. Anyway, so Trevor gets his time, and we move to the next episode. The last two episodes. Did we miss anything in this one, Debbie?
Nope.
But great episodes. Loved them.
Yeah, awesome. Like I said, the callback is up with Doorman as my favorite.
Well, the last two are going to get really good too, by the way.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and let that. Here's my spoiler. The last two episodes are really good too.
I'm shocked. I will say I'm very happy with how much the series, like how good the series is, because I was kind of worried going into it. There wasn't a whole, I mean, there was kind of marketing, but really only if you were like a big Marvel fan, and them throwing it all at once, I was like, oh, they don't have faith in it. But
I think it's different too from some of the other shows. Like we had Echo, and that one was really, I mean, this one is more like to me, this one's more like a Ragnarok kind of thing, to where it's funny, but it's not over the top funny, but still good and serious.
Right, exactly.
The characters are relatable, and
it's not Love and Thunder where they take the comedy and just overdo it. It fits.
Yeah.
And like I said, Trevor or Ben Kingsley, and I feel bad because I forget how to pronounce the guy's name that plays Simon, but they work so well.
Huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
They work so well together. So
Abdul-Mateen the second.
Simon and Trevor just work really well together. So, it's great.
There you go. There's a way around it. Yes, they play off of each other very well, and of course Trevor is Ben Kingsley's just he's nailing this role as he did in Iron Man 3 and then again in Shang-Chi.
Yeah. So, and the one shot. That one shot.
Oh, and the one shot. Yeah. The man
that's pretty funny.
The man
didn't we get Justin Hammer in that too?
All hail the king.
Yeah, well,
I think he was in it.
He was in that. Yeah, he was in the prison. Yeah.
So
I gotta go rewatch that because it's been a while since I've seen it. And they're only like 10, 15 minutes.
It's like it's not very long. So anyway. All right. Shameless plugs. What do we got tonight, Debbie?
Tomorrow night on the Sith Dominion. Oh, I lost it.
Oh.
It's not scheduled, but
I've got to pull it up in the chat if you need me to.
Yeah, I got it. Okay. The galaxy doesn't burn because of smugglers, senators, or bounty hunters. It burns because Force users escalate everything.
I'll agree with that.
And then Wednesday, I forgot what I was doing. Oh, it's Monday. It's rough. Wednesday, we'll have a new episode of War of the Stars. Thursday, we'll be back with Cantina Happy Hour. We will be on the Mortis arc of Clone Wars.
Perhaps the greatest arc in the entire series.
And then Saturday, Geek Gauntlet. Yesterday, we had a new podcast drop on Feast of Fandoms, and they are talking about Battlestar Galactica, the miniseries.
Bears, Beats, and Battlestar Galactica.
Battlestar Galactica.
I don't know what that means.
That's from The Office. Yeah. Dwight is a big Battlestar Galactica fan. So
all he talks about is Bears, Beats, and Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, never watched it.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. In fact, I was just watching it before the show. So.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah.
All right. Andrew, shameless plugs. What have you got?
Yeah, last night on Cam and Focus, we talked about just a brutal movie called Quest for the Mighty Sword, an Italian fantasy movie from 1990, I believe. But the episode was a lot of fun. And next week, we're discussing the Martin Scorsese film Cape Fear with Robert De Niro, Nick Nolte, other people that I haven't watched yet. I bought it on Blu-ray the other day at Walmart. It was in they had like a Valentine's Day section. It was like Love Hurts or something like that. And that was in there for some reason. And I was like, all right, Walmart.
Was Misery in there too?
It was actually, yeah. I was like, all right, whatever. It was like $8 or something. So I was like, sure. So we're going to be talking about that. And then Saturday night on the Dingus Den, we're going to be continuing our Smallville reviews with episodes 5 and 6 from season 2. Red was really good. That episode was quite good. And so I'm looking forward to the next few. I'm going to look them up because I'm blanking on their names. It's not as catchy of a 2 episodes that we're used to. Like we had Craving Jitters. It's like, but I want to find the. Why are you giving it to me backwards? It is Nocturne and Redux are the 2 episodes, and I just realized.
Sir, redo is how you pronounce that, not redux. Redo.
Oh well, that's how we pronounce it on the show. So, and apparently now I know the episode that Christopher Reeve shows up in because that is what it started with. So, anyway, my mistake. Redo. Whatever. Maybe we should go work for Damage Control. That's just another qualification out there. Just I'm just saying. Marvel, if you want to hire me, I'm available.
We all are. Myself and Debbie.
Well,
would
Debbie's
also
already
like to
the
be in a
insider,
Marvel
so,
project. Well, Debbie's already an insider, but we want to be in a show too.
Yeah.
So
we did have a bit of sad news today. Actor Robert Duvall died.
Yeah.
At the age of 95. So that was pretty sad.
An icon of movies. 70 years he acted, or 7 decades, I should say.
Okay. Favorite Duvall movie there, Debbie?
Lord, there's so many.
Tough.
Only because I just watched it recently. Platoon. I also like Secondhand Lions.
Yes.
Oh, love it.
That movie's great.
He was good in The Godfather. Man, there's just so many.
He's not in the movie a lot, but Apocalypse Now, he's really good in that for the brief time he's in it.
Is that what I meant? Was Apocalypse Now?
Probably.
Because Platoon was John C. McGinley and
my bad.
Because he's only in the movie like 20-something minutes, but it's a great 20 minutes.
What about MASH? The movie, not the TV series.
I never watched the movie. I love the series. Love the series.
I love the series. The movie was really good too. Donald Sutherland and Robert Duvall. It was really good.
There's Lonesome Dove.
Tom Skerritt.
Lonesome Dove he was in. He did a Western with Kevin Costner, Open Range. That's an underrated. Really good. Secondhand Lions is one of my favorites of his, and especially growing up. That movie's great.
And if you own the DVD for Secondhand Lions, and I'm sure you do, Andrew, so this is not necessarily for you, this is just for the audience in general. If you own the DVD for Secondhand Lions, the movie is amazing. The ending is superb, but the alternate ending is even better.
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen it.
The alternate. Go to the special features and watch the alternate ending.
I will.
You're going to be like, oh, why didn't they put that in there? It was so good.
You know, I was talking with my family earlier about Robert Duvall, and I said they really do come in pairs of threes because we had Catherine O'Hare, we just had James Van Der Beek, and then
James Van Der Beek. Yeah, he's
Robert Duvall. So all within like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So really sad, unfortunate, but
there's been a couple others too. I just blanked on his name. I used to watch the show all the time. Sanford and Son. He played the son.
I saw that. I don't remember his name.
Lamar Wilson or something like that. Lamar something. Anyways.
I saw that the other day.
He passed away, and there was somebody else. I think the other person who died, I didn't know who they were. But
it always seems like the beginning of the year, a lot of actors die. I don't know what it is. But it seems like it hits January, February, and it just, I don't know. It's unfortunate. But I didn't even believe it. I just opened up. I finished watching the wonderman episodes, and I just opened up Facebook, and the first post was Robert Duvall's died at 95, and I'm like, there's no way this is real. And of course, it's Deadline, and I'm like, oh, that's and then I saw you shared it. And I was like,
I seen it on TikTok. And it wasn't an account I knew, and I was just like, some of these accounts, they just post shit, you know? And
right.
I was just like getting on Google, Robert Duvall, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I did the same thing when James Van Der Beek died. I was like, no, there's no way. He's not that old. And
he lived not too far from me, in my area. He had a ranch out in Spicewood, so...
Yeah, that was sad because it wasn't this season. I think it was last season of Dancing with the Stars. And I mean, he looked really good.
Yeah.
And he danced very well. So, yeah, that was very sad. I never watched Dawson's Creek. That wasn't my thing, but.
No, I never did either, but I knew who he was. I'd seen
Varsity
him in
Blues.
Things.
Y'all ever watch Varsity Blues?
I liked him better in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, but Okay.
I could be wrong, but I believe that's the movie that my mom was an extra in. Because they were filming at a stadium, and they just were like, "Hey, you want to come sit, be in the stadium?" And but I
We
believe
need
that's
a crowd. Basically, we need a crowd.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Great rest of your week. We will see all of you next week right here on MCU Mondays. Don't forget to go to all of our socials. Look for Feast of Fandoms. Give us a like. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the like and subscribe button. Don't forget that hit that little bell icon for notifications so you know when we go live. We will see all of you next week right here on MCU Mondays. See you later, guys.
Shit! Language. No one else is going to deal with the fact that Cap just said language. I know. For gosh sake, watch your language. That's not going away anytime soon. You bet your ass.
Steve, you said a bad language word.
Did you tell everyone?
Out with the platinum bastard.
Steve doesn't like that kind of talk.
You know what, Romanov? Fury, you son of a bitch.
Ooh, you kiss your mother with that mouth?